Hi guys, my name is Fee.
Hi, my name is Sue.
And this is Dear Bride. Welcome back here. It's a nice space we get to discuss and talk about different things.
Yes.
And today we are talking about the do's and don'ts before the wedding.
Yeah.
I know this karibuni. You know, a good number of you have do's and don'ts. But,
if you haven't subscribed, please hit that notification bell. Subscribe first.
Yes.
Hit the notification bell. And you'll be notified when these girls just upload something.
Yes, and you'll be the first one to watch. You'll be the first ones to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we're talking about the do's and don'ts before the wedding, if you have any do or don'ts that you need to let guys here know, please comment down below. Yeah, I'm sure it will help someone, yeah?
Yeah.
So we can get right into it. I think one of the we'll start with the do's.
Yes.
I think one of the do for especially ladies is the right word for it. I think you told me the right word. Protect your man.
What she said.
Yes, please protect your man.
What she said.
By this I mean, I'm sure by the time you have discussed that you're getting married, you need to know financially and where the two of you stand.
Yes.
You know, basically where you stand. And
exactly.
so you
not
need
unless,
to...
Not unless you're building a marriage or you're planning or you're building a relationship that there's no transparency.
I know.
But this is for those who are transparent with their finances.
Yes.
I don't know how you survive without
being transparent. I know. Gosh.
Not knowing. Well, we are not saying that you should give someone your pay slip. But
that's not it. It's good to disclose this is what I'm earning, this is where I'm at. Yes. You know, so that you're starting your marriage on transparency. Yeah. Because I believe that some of these things are what they will just build up into quite a good number of other problems later on. If you don't or if you lie. Worse, I think that's no one should actually just lie.
Or lying with omission.
I know.
Called omission?
Omitting some information.
So not giving the full information, yes. But then omitting it. I think that is some form of deception still.
Right? Yeah. Yes. So you should protect him. You should talk to, especially for the lady, you should actually talk to your parents and explain where you're at. If you're not too free with, say, your dad, you can talk to your mother because they know how they talk, or your guardians. You can talk to who you are comfortable with and try explain where you're at so that they don't bash your man and hit him too hard with bills and asking for ridiculous things. Like there's this story I had which is actually true. There's a guy who, when he went for the Rorashio, he had actually paid for the honeymoon. So they went for the Rorashio.
Just surprise
honeymoon. I know those surprise honeymoon.
I
know most of you would want those ones. Anyway, I'm
receive in Jesus'
what
name.
We should talk about. Receive. Oh yes. Receive
your miracle.
Anyway. So he actually went for the Rorashio, and when he was bashed too much and things were so bad and the requests were too ridiculous, he walked out and went for the honeymoon and enjoyed the honeymoon alone.
There's another now also had recently about guys who, it was a wedding, and you see how there's that negotiation between, on the wedding day, when the guy's family comes to pick the girls
at the gate, the way they close the gate and
that tug of war
that
happens there. So things that were not communicated earlier were being asked for, and then I guess the people who are at the gate were really adamant that if you don't bring these things, then we don't sort you out. Then the girl is not released. He took his bridal party. These guys went to the bar and drank, and they were like, you know what? If you don't want to release the girl, I'll continue with life. Yeah. Do you know that wedding was happening? I think at around. They finally decided to release the girl. The family. They finally decided to release the girl. Once they released the girl, I think their reception was happening at around 8ish. And so this is just as a result of not.
If this girl had done the talking and explaining and they had agreed, some of these misunderstandings would actually sprout or come up.
Yeah.
So you need to protect your man and explain, or even protect them from your friends, because there are friends who you will go and this is my man, or I've already introduced him to my people and everything. You know your friends. That those who will tell you,
mbona hana
mbona
pesa?
hana pesa? Mbona ha drive?
Yeah, na yeye hana gari.
I know.
Hana gari. Iko
I
shida.
know, right? And then you go right ahead and listen to them.
Yes.
And leave this person.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there are seasons. Even men have seasons. If you leave them, because the next year you hear marry this one, and then 3 years later they are prospering, and you're like,
what did I do? Yeah.
What did I do?
So it's good to have wisdom.
It's good to have wisdom also as you protect. Because I mean,
it's okay to get advice.
It is okay. Yeah, we all have people who we go to. You need to know who to go to, right?
But you're the one who knew why you chose this person.
True.
If you're, because I think every single time someone gets into a relationship, you have specific things that you look for.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, what I know I was looking for was someone who's disciplined.
Yeah.
Who is accountable, and you can unaweza msema. You can tell on him to people older
who he respects, and he will listen, and
he will listen and take advice. And these are some of the values and principles I had, in that if my friends give me advice away from the main values and principles that we have as a couple, then I'd be like, no, that's not right. I'm not going to. So if you, I think the issue is if you yourself as Susan don't know why you're even in a relationship. Yes, you will be swayed. Then you have no business being in a relationship. True. Yeah. Because anything that comes will be you'll be going to whichever side you're swayed to. Exactly. Because you do not even know what you want. Yeah. So actually, another do is know what you want. Yes. And have a backbone. True. Yes. Yeah. Have a backbone. To stand up to your family. Yes. Your parents, especially, because a lot during wedding planning, there's a lot of info that you're bombarded with. Requests that everyone wants. But then the question is, where are you and your future spouse at? Yes. Because that's what I even tell brides when they come to SMP is, if so long as you and X are together in this, then there's nothing you can't close. You have to be on the same page. Like you're on the same team, and whatever comes is the other team. Yeah, and being on the same, on one team, the same team. Yes, and being on the same team doesn't mean you guys agree on everything. True. You might have differing opinions here and there, but it means the bottom line of it to go on the same. We are heading towards the same direction. Yeah. So you need to have a backbone. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I think the other is you need to have a solid community that prays for you. You need personally to pray and be. We have our mothers who are prayer warriors, but you also need to pray. You need to seek the Lord this entire process, because there are hearts that will be hardened that only God can soften. A good example is your story. God ended up softening your dad's heart. Yeah. He's actually the one who supported the, he was like, yo, this is where I will support, this is how I will support. Yeah. So prayer. You need to pray. Yeah. You need a community that will enable you, thrive in the area of prayer, but they will also uphold you in prayer. Because wedding planning can really test you. It can. It's like Satan is usually just somewhere waiting for you to test you. I'll deal with your patience. I'll deal with you and then like you. It looks like it's going well. Yeah. I'm going to show her. Yes. I'm going to deal with her. That's true. Like the drama you hear people have with bridal parties. Luckily, I know. I had good people. At least I did have that whole. Actually, that's another do. Yeah, that's true. Vet the people who stand you have actually decided to walk with the entire journey, because most of these bridesmaids or groomsmen are the ones you will actually walk with them through from when you're going into introduction, into ratio, into the wedding, you will actually walk with them. And it you need to be very careful. I mean, true. Well, we understand nowadays there are people who are being paid to be bridesmaids. Yeah. And maids of honor. Yeah. But that aside. True, that aside. I know, I think I need to actually start. We create our name. Because I mean, this nuggets we're giving you here, you need to pay. Just pay us by subscribing. True. Just subscribe. Anyway, so most of the time, aside from the people who are hired to to stand with others.
Yeah.
There are, what I'd say is, what do you want?
True.
Because well, I think, there's many angles now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
You might feel like so and so is genuine. And
Yeah, but then you discover
you aren't genuine.
when character development.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then if you can, to the best of your ability, you'd rather vet and choose people who are able to have substance.
True.
And work with you through the real journey, which is actually within the marriage.
Yes, true. That's very true.
Yeah.
And by this, we don't also mean that you leave out your single friends. We just basically mean go for people who you know will add value. Go for those, like in my case, I went for friends who I had walked my life journey with. I had someone from high school, someone from campus,
someone who, if they were asked about you,
would actually
give a story of how they walked
they
together.
know you.
And
you just didn't meet, and then they can't even tell who you are within your story.
There's no way you can add someone into your lineup, and it's given that you will have very many people within your circle of life. Sometimes it's easier to choose people who have been intimate with you in a specific season that is closer to your wedding day.
True.
Yes, you might have people from high school in a certain scenario
true.
who, yes, you talk to.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
at the moment you're
but
not
at the
close.
moment, yes, because seasons of life,
exactly.
people. But I think for me, we still are walking together,
which is
the
really
journey
nice.
of life. I think we have been friends for the longest time. Yeah.
And there are friends who will have certain roles. They don't have to be in the lineup, but they have roles in supporting the wedding, on the wedding day, supporting during the party. And there are people who will be like, me, I don't want to be on your lineup, but I'd like to support you by following up on this specific vendors. At
this point, I need to say that I supported Sue by ministering, by singing in our wedding. Yes. Anyway, getting back to the main point, there are people who will not be on the lineup.
Yes.
But they will support you.
Exactly. So in these key areas, or in the committee as people.
True, committee as well.
Don't put strangers who will be busy pushing their own agendas. I
actually know of a committee where the chair went MIA, and actually my husband had to be the default chair. So like there are those aspects. Jua who you're putting there, by the way. Yeah, that's true. Makes sense. I think another do is. Do you have another do? Anyway, I nearly say, hey, vendor service providers during your show can do that thing. I actually heard of someone. I think it's Apple who was telling the story of where the food vendor disappeared with the money. It's not funny. Without cooking. I imagine they didn't actually eat. So also just know these people who you meet on. Okay, I'm not saying online businesses are bad. I'm just saying know who you're giving the job. If you do not want to be disappointed. Because really, most of these people are, like most of these functions, you have to eat, you have to decor and everything. Know who you're giving those, you need to do your background checks, Aki. Usifanye ile kitu. The right word for it, is
due diligence. Because most times what I've seen people do is the person you work with for makeup can extend into the wedding if they do a good job. If they don't do a good job, it means you're looking for someone else.
Let me not get into that
but
story.
Then again, I've not understood this story of, well, I understand, but maybe I don't understand. When I've seen people do, if you have a makeup artist at your traditional wedding, you do a cheaper option that doesn't look so nice. And then on the wedding day is when you're looking good. I mean, just pay for someone.
Just go all out for it. Like if you had decided to do it, do it.
Because I mean, those photos, you can still see them. And if your makeup is falling, who will you blame?
I don't want to get into it because, it was heater now. Well, yes, when you are attacking me.
I come
Why
to
are you
direct.
attacking
I
me?
come to you
I
direct.
know, direct. Talk to me. If you want to talk to me direct.
Not cutting around the corners.
Do not cut around the corners. But that's true, by the way. If you've decided to do it, please do it.
Yes.
Just give it your all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is there another do you have?
No, I think we can get into the don't.
The don't.
Yeah, I think at the top of my list, do not be a bridezilla. I think they're called that. Like being a control freak. This is how I want you to do this. What I want you to do. This is the amount. You cannot give my parents less than half a million. I mean, what? Look at me. Look at me.
Can you afford half a million?
Look at me. What am I worth? Look at me. You know, I just don't. Please understand where your man is. Already, this entire process is a whole full pressure for the man. So we imagine if you're the one who is, controlling them, and saying, I want food to be to be this standard. There has to be chicken. There has to be this. There has to be that. It has to be cooked in this way.
It's usually sad.
Right?
It's usually very sad. Well, I think just know your person.
Know them.
There are men who can take that.
Of course, there are. Yes,
and they want to treat you like a princess, and maybe that is the standard of what a princess does.
Yes.
Which I don't think that's what a princess does.
Right.
Either way, know your man.
True.
If they don't have the patience, they might go like that one for the
They might go MIA.
Go to the honeymoon
and enjoy that.
Or it can be a long-lasting grudge. They marry you.
Yes.
And then it will become a story. Anytime you want something, they'll be like, but I paid.
Yeah, because if you want to do something for your either folks or your people, they'll be like, but I gave them $1 million.
Yeah.
To do whatever it is that you want.
I finished. Yes.
What are you talking about? What are you telling me to do? I already paid for it.
Yeah.
So, that's true.
Yeah, and I think what people don't understand is, I feel like most of these ceremonies, which are not necessary to do, but if you decide to do them, then let it come from a place of wanting to honor their family.
True.
Both sides of the family. Honor the set of parents. And also just having a sense of community where you guys have a place to lean on. Yeah. And I think the sense of witnessing, where people witness a good day. Witness your good day.
True.
So if you make it now a business,
I know,
or make it a space where now we are having a tug of war of how much are you worth, then
no one can actually pay what you are worth.
Yeah, because Jesus paid you all.
Hey, but Jesus is the only person.
Come on.
Hey, I should actually redo it again. Jesus did it. Nobody else should have to suffer.
Nobody
doing this thing.
So that man doesn't have to suffer.
I know.
Now we are not talking about men who don't try.
But or we are not even telling men not to try.
Yes, what we are trying to say, or rather what we are saying is, you know where your pocket is.
Yes.
And you know the type of family you're marrying into.
Yes.
Your person knows you and you know them. Then there should be some sense of understanding.
Yeah, and of course, if understanding has to come, both of you, genuineness in terms of this is just it.
Yeah.
So that you're an open book, they know you know. Yes. So at the end of the day, you won't end up, harassing each other.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a tug of war.
It is not a tug of war. This is relationships that will last your entire life. This is lifelong. Yeah. So you need to be very careful because they can be fragile. True. And this is the point where they can actually spoil things that go away. So you need to take care of that.
Yeah. I think another don't is do not address things directly. You as a bride and him as a groom, especially if it's on either side.
Especially the parents or the
let the person be the one to address it, and if it's in a space where people are addressing issue, then appoint a spokesperson.
Yes. You need to, because emotions run so high during the entire process, and this can bring about a lot of bitterness in terms of she spoke to me badly. Because these people, when you're getting married into a family or you're marrying into a family, you will be seeing them continuously. Yeah. You will be seeing them continuously. So you definitely need to take care of that. You don't just throw words and, because they will remember, she talked to me badly, she did. Yes. So the spokesperson most of the time they won't be really. They will now. Most of the time they won't remember this person. Like they won't
True. I
have a
think
grudge.
either on either side,
Or hold
because
a
they'll be
grudge,
like, oh, I can't even remember who that was.
Yeah.
They'll remember it in a generalized way, but then because you're the one they interact with on a day-to-day basis, or during Christmas and all these things,
Yeah,
these
family
big occasions,
gatherings.
then you will not be the point person to
True.
they would point a finger at you
Yes.
directly. Yeah.
Wow, makes a lot of sense.
I know,
I
right?
think another don't. You just do not overspend. Even during this entire process.
Which is relative.
Which is relative.
Depends on
you actually
what
need
overspending to you is, yeah.
It depends. There are those who 5 million is not overspending. Yeah, I mean, what's that?
I know.
There are those who 200,000 G's. Yeah, way.
As if they're
Hey,
a whole wedding.
You see one and you're like,
they have
guys, where are you getting money?
They have a home tent. They have bridesmaids and groomsmen who have not uniform.
They
outfits,
like outfits that
outfits.
are way reported for
And I'm like, baby girl, do you?
We are happy for you.
Yeah.
Come on. You do you.
Yes.
If that's what
Yes.
Like I think you need to have done a budget and known this, where this, how, this is what we're gonna do.
Exactly.
So that you don't end up
Yeah.
getting into a loan before you even, ahead of your wedding, you're already like, where am I getting this money?
And you hear most people who overspend during the traditional ceremony complaining. Especially as vendors go through a lot after traditional.
Unajua kwa nini yangu please nikata reduce that price.
Yeah.
What the service you're asking for versus what you are giving.
I know, right? Yeah, so please.
Yeah, true.
No.
I think no. Just know yourself. Know where the two of you are at.
Yeah.
So that you do not end up doing that thing to them during your wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do not isolate yourself in a bubble.
Yeah, true.
Wedding planning can push you to be in a bubble.
True.
In a bubble where it's what I've said. And nothing else matters. And also, if you can't fit, you and shape up or shape out. Yes. Come on. Shape up or shape out. Gosh. Think about it. Think about it. We are sharp. We are sharp. Yeah. Anyway, or you can squeeze yourself into a bubble because you might feel people are not understanding you. And you're like, you know what? I can do this on my own. Yeah. Or the other flip side is listening to other outside voices. Yes. And not having a unified voice as a unit. The two of you. Yeah. So it can be either of the extremes. Yeah. You're either too much in your bubble and there's no compromise at all. Yes. Or on the flip side. Yes. That's true. You guys are just listening to other people, everyone, but you don't have one voice. So that's true. You're being pulled in all directions. So my mother says this, I come and say. So even though we discussed, because my mom said that, then you have to change your mind. Yeah, you have to follow what you know. And some of these things, even though they're not like full red flags, they can be half red flags. Some of them are. And it can lead to conflict in marriage because what people don't know is... I nearly made a joke. Which one? Do not try some stuff over there that, guys are trying at it. Oh, you go. My mother has said we give her all the money. Oh. You know. This is Africa. Yes, this is Africa. You go getting it and they tell you, hey, 9 months. Oh, that is our nini for. I carried you for 9 months. Yeah. What for? You will not get even anyway. I digress. That's what we mean. Like, you need, the two of you need to be just in one team and know this is exactly what we want. And even if his or her mother says, this is exactly you can table the issue, but then it doesn't mean that's the final. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The two of you need to agree. The two of you hold the final say. Exactly. I remember God has the final say. Well, God
But well,
in the wedding,
I know, but well,
in
the two
party
of you
planning,
should actually be.
yes.
Because we said
Yeah, because
you
people will
pray, so you
impose a
already
lot of
consulted
things.
God.
Because people
Yeah,
will
true.
impose a lot of things. Yeah.
And this imposing thing, especially in Africa, goes
way
we
beyond.
will tell you about it.
And then
It
because
goes and goes way beyond the wedding. It goes into your own.
yeah, because I saw a write-up somewhere that was saying the boomers have trauma that they're healing from their parents, and they've passed it on to us. And
True.
so us millennials are the ones dealing with double trauma.
True. Maybe,
Trauma from our parents, and then trauma in dealing with our children. Gentle parenting, so when those two clash, there's just a lot.
There's a lot you're dealing with.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I think some of these things are, as we've said, they can look like they could be red flags.
They could be.
Because I mean, if we are getting married, there's a part for disagreement.
Yeah.
But then it does not make sense why you would be taking. Should we say taking the side of your family? And living
consistently taking the side of your family and not even listening or wanting to know where this other party is coming from. Yeah. Could be a red flag. You need to just look out.
Which is more or less selfishness and arrogance.
Yes.
And this, what people don't know is most of these bad characters,
they get amplified
in marriage.
You know, I this notion that this person is like this, probably, it's
marriage will change.
I will change them.
You're not deputy Jesus.
I will change them. I will do this, and they'll become. Some of these things that you see during the process actually get amplified.
Yes.
So this, know this is just, yeah.
And on the
some
flip
of them
side,
actually get amplified.
And on the flip side, what people need to be is self-aware, because
true,
as we've said, wedding planning or in this scenario and preparation to marriage also just brings out a lot of emotions. And there's a high likelihood some past traumas or things that you have gone through while growing up, things that you went through while seeing other people go through the same cycle can come up.
Yeah, they will actually.
And if you're not self-aware, and if you're not self-aware, it exposes itself in some of these ways. Yeah. And you would be adamant, no.
You actually project.
Yeah, and you project them onto your partner.
Yes. That's true.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And so this means that in the process of wedding planning, you guys need to be self-aware, both of you, the groom and the bride.